Hello. We'll continue the minimum spanning tree, and in that minimum spanning tree, we'll see two techniques, two algorithms for finding minimum spanning tree. That is Kruskal's algorithm and Prim's algorithm. So the both approaches finds correct minimum spanning tree. If there is a country with many cities and these cities need to be mapped such that it would be having minimum spanning tree so that the shortest route could be there, then you have to use this type of algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm or Prim's algorithm. And the two algorithms are, both the algorithms are greedy algorithms. Then the in some of the cases in the algorithms you need to make various choices, and these choices, there are various several choices. Now you have to make the choices based upon dynamic programming or based upon the greedy strategy. In the greedy strategy, that the choice is based upon the best choice available at the current moment, means at the local minima or local maxima is being chosen in the greedy strategy. Therefore, some of the greedy strategy do not guarantee you for the global maximal, global optimal solution. So they are not able to find out global minima as well, like in our case to find minimum spanning tree. But luckily, some greedy algorithms like Kruskal's algorithm or Prim's algorithm, they actually find out the minimum spanning tree because they uses the concept of light edges that we had seen, that there is a proof that cut was being created, and that cut which contains the minimum weight edge, if we add that minimum weighted edge, then the minimum that edge should must pass through some minimum spanning tree. So we have to use the concept of that cut and the light edge. Light edge means minimum weighted crossing edge that we had discussed in the last class. So an edge which is said to be light edge or minimum weighted edge, crossing edge in the cut, is having the minimum weight in the cut set, in its cut set. So we'll choose that minimum edge in that cut set and we add it to the minimum spanning tree. So that's what the purpose of lightweight, that actually satisfy the minimum spanning tree property, and it guarantees that we'll get the minimum spanning tree with a greedy approach. So there could be more than one light edge possible in many examples. So for example, in this as well, there is an edge like the 8 could be added here and 8 could be added here. So there are two possibilities to add any one of the edge. So it depends on you which you want to choose to add, and you can remove another one because it may create a cycle. So you have a tie between the two same weighted crossing edge. So you choose any one of them. So I hope you remember that we had discussed about cut. So this is a cut, and this part is said to be V. The upper part is said to be S, and the remaining part is V minus S. So this concept have to be clear to understand these Kruskal's and Prim's algorithm. So both Kruskal and Prim's algorithm actually elaborates what the third step, that is finding an edge UV such that it has the safe, could be safely added to the structure of A. So this step three, line three of generic MST is being elaborated in the both Prim's algorithm and Kruskal's algorithm. First we'll see Kruskal's algorithm. So in the Kruskal's algorithm, set A is a forest. So set A is a forest, and in that set A, you keep on adding safe edges, means the edges with the least weight edge in the graph. So you keep on adding the least weighted edge in the graph, and that will actually connect two distinct components. So what you want to do, you want to connect two distinct components. For example, in this case, there are two component, component one and component two. You want to connect these two components with the least minimum edge weight in the this cut. So which was the least minimum weight edge? This is actually 7. Here the minimum weight edge is 7. So you actually choose and make cut for the make that 7 as the part of this. Then in this greedy approach, why it is greedy? Because it is choosing for the least possible weight every time whenever you move forward in the forest. What is forest? First we need to understand it. So in the Kruskal's, A is a forest. So that's why you need to understand what is a forest. So after that, it's a simple. You keep on adding the least weight edge, and you generate a minimum spanning tree by combining the two components with the least weight edge. So this is a tree, and tree is what? Connected acyclic, means there should not be a cycle, and undirected graph. So this is a tree. What is forest? Forest is a set of trees. Means this is a tree, this is a tree, and for that tree you have this forest. So there are one, two, three components are there. So they are unconnected. So they are not necessarily connected. Then you have the Kruskal's algorithm example. So we start with the shorted, we short the edges. How we short? In this graph you have 1 as the least, then thereafter 2, you search for 3, there is no 3, so then 4 is there, then you search for 5, no 5, then you choose 6, then 7 you choose, then 8, there are two eights, and then you choose 9, then 10, then 11, then no 12, no 13, then you choose 14. So this is how you actually short the edges. So first you short the edges, and then you keep on moving with the that lowest edge, and you keep on combining that edge to the tree and making the forest, and you do not allow to have a cycle, because tree do not have cycle. So minimum spanning tree should not have any cycle. So you connected 1, you connected 2, it's very simple. You connected another 2, it's again simple. Now you connect 4, it's also again simple. You connect that, thereafter the next 4 is also there. You connect this 4, you search for 5, there's no 5. Then you go for connecting 6. But you see that if you connect 6, what will happen? If you connect 6, then there will be a cycle, and you don't want a cycle. Means this will create a cycle, and you don't want a cycle. So what you want to do, you avoid this cycle, thus you don't add 6 to this tree. But then you go for next, 7 is there, so you add 7 because it's not creating any cycle. Then there is again one more 7, you connect, add this 7, but there will be again a cycle, this large cycle will be in the graph. So you do not connect this 7, you skip this 7 as well. Then you go for 8, then you either connect this one, this 8, or this 8. It depends on you. If you connect this 8, you can't connect this 8 because there will be a cycle, this large cycle. and you need to avoid this cycle. You can't connect this cycle. Thereafter, you go for searching 9, and 9 was being connected simply, no cycle. And you search for 10, 10. If you 10 connect this, again cycle, no connection possible. 11, again cycle, no connection possible. Then you search for 14, then no connection possible. So you keep on adding the edges to the forest and keep on growing the trees in the forest, and you keep on combining those forests, and at the end you will have only one tree, like this in this case. Then the data structure we'll talk about. Kruskal algorithm basically uses disjoint data structure, which actually maintains many disjoint elements. So it keeps a track of a set of elements and partitioned into the number of many disjoint sets. What are the disjoint set that we are talking about? Disjoint subset. We are talking about that this type of this type of forest. One component, two component, three of this. There are three forests in this example D. So this type of disjoint subsets are there. And what it does this disjoint set have a kind of data structure that is known as union find. So union find performs three operations. What are the three operations? Making a new set which contains new elements. So you can simply make a set with the new elements. Thereafter, it performs find operation, which actually determines whether that element belongs to that subset or not. So if that element belongs to that subset, then you say that it's the part of that tree, and it's useful for comparison between the elements occurring in the different subsets. So you search for the two elements, like you search for vertex 1 and vertex 2 in a in the same subset. So vertex 1 and vertex 2, vertex u and vertex v is being searched on the same tree. If they find out in the same tree, then they are actually belonging to the same tree, and you can't connect it. If you connect them, then the tree will be become a cycle, so you can't connect them. We'll see this next slide. And the third operation is union. If you find that they both u and v do not belongs to the same tree, means u and v belongs to the two different tree, then you do the connection between u and v. So if u and v belongs to the two different tree, you do the connection. So what actually we want to do? We actually want to do each set actually contains vertices in the tree of current forest. So each set contains vertices of trees in the current forest. Thereafter, you do the find operation of finding u, whether u belongs to that tree forest or not. So if that u belongs to the same tree as v belongs, we determine whether u vertices u and v belongs to the same tree or not. So this is important operation that we do, means comparison we do. If find set u equals to find set v, it means the u and v belongs to the same tree, and we can't connect u and v because they are actually, if we connect it will make cycle, so we avoid cycles. Then otherwise, if they are not equal, then we'll do the third operation, that is union. We do the union, means we combine edge of u and v. So the edge and u and v will be combined. Then this is the algorithm that we want to discuss. So in the line 1 to 3, you have a set which has been initialized with the empty set, and that set actually a is a tree over here, and you create tree, and one vertex you use to create and initialize that tree, and then you make it with v. V is the initial vertex, and thereafter you do the sorting, which is requires some time for doing the sorting. So e edges are being sorted in non-decreasing order, means increasing order, you can say, of weights. Thereafter you do the for loop, this over here. So you want to check whether that edge u and v belongs to the same tree or not. So how do you find whether they belongs to the same tree or not? Using the find set u and find set v. So how you do this? You do this like this. This is the best example to choose. So you search for I as U and G as V. So find set U, find set I, and find set G will return you that I is equals to G. So I is equals to G means I and G belongs to the find set I, and find set G actually belongs to each other. So equal will be returns. So the this operation of adding 6 will not take place over here. Then you do the second step when you can add. So you come over here in this step. So you search that whether this U, C and D belongs to the two different trees or not. So if you do the C, find C and find set D, you will return with not equals. When you return with not equals, what it will do? It will actually do the combining of the union and merging of that. So merging will take place. So the in this case there was no possibility of doing the connection, but in this case it's possibility to do the connection. So you do the connection because C and D do not belongs to the same tree. This means that you can perform these two steps. 7 and 8 can be performed because your condition is true for the case of C and D. So C and D, you can say it C comma D. C comma D. So you can perform this operation for C and D. C comma D. But you cannot perform this operation for I comma G. Why? I comma G can't be performed. This is not allowed and this is allowed. Why? Because this gives you not equals condition. C and D do not belongs to the same tree, and I and G belongs to the same tree, and thus you can perform this operation for this C and D, and you will connect C and D, and you will have C and D as one of the edge. C and D as one of the minimum spanning trees edge of the minimum spanning tree. Then thereafter you'll do the union as they have said union. So till now we had discussed this part. If they do belongs to the same tree, if they do belongs to the same tree, then edge u and v cannot be added to the forest because it actually creates a cycle. Because we want to avoid the cycle and they both belongs to the same tree, we discard this edge u and v. In case U and V do not belongs to the same tree. Then the two vertices, like in case of C and D, do not belongs to the same tree. Then you do the combination. Then you do the combine and make it the part of the same tree. Thereafter, you do the edge U and V added to the A, and you do the merging in the line 8 union with union. So what is runtime complexity of this Kruskal's algorithm? So basically it depends on this disjoint set data structure. How you create this disjoint set data structure, the algorithm depends on this. What you do the complexity analysis. This requires one unit of time. It's a simple because it's creation. Then the loop 2 and 3 actually takes v amount of time. So it's v. Then the shorting, this one actually takes the v log e log e. So e log e is the largest time till now we found. So e log e, because multiplication is there. Thereafter, in the for loop from 5 to 8, it's only e for the find set and union operation for the disjoint union. So it's a straightforward way to do the finding and doing the combination, because it will happen only for the e sets of the minimum spanning tree. Means only e sets will become true for doing this process. Otherwise, this condition will actually make other things fail. So only e number of edges, that is v minus 1, would actually takes place for this union purpose. So this is actually just e. So, no, so we at the end we reached to the condition that this was the largest. This thing that we had discussed, this is the largest. Means shorting of, how do you do the shorting of edges will be the largest time for the for this whole algorithm. So we end up with this e log v by, because e is less than v square. Number of e's are less than number of v squares, vertices square, and thus the log v should is actually less than the log v. Means log v is larger as compared to the log e, and thus.
So, sir, I think your mic is off.
So the a is the, I hope, is it audible?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a doubt in Kruskal's algorithm.
Yes.
Sir, in Kruskal's algorithm, we are taking greedy approaches by taking the least weight, and if the cycle is there, we are skipping that. Sir, how we are
Yes.
ensuring that if we are not taking that path where the cycle is forming, instead of we are skipping the previous one path and taking that path where the cycle was forming.
Means I don't get your question. What
like
in this
sir
example?
like sir in this example, if we are taking six and we are skipping 2 and 4 early, then can it make the minimum spanning tree?
Yes, it will make the is, means what you are saying, we take 6 and we remove 4, 2 and 4.
Yes, sir.
No, no, it will not make the minimum spanning tree. Why? Because we had studied about the cut property. If you take the 6 as the part of minimum spanning tree, then you will realize at, that it is possible to suppose the same thing you do make 6 as the part of the minimum spanning tree. Then what will you end up? You will feel that there is a cycle and you need to remove one of the edges which is largest. That's why you end up with the minimum by removing the largest. By keeping the minimum things together, then only you can make the minimum spanning tree. So you formed a cycle, and cycle is not allowed. You have to remove any one of the edge. You tell me which edge you will remove.
Okay, sir. The A6 will be removed.
Yes, any if you start even with 6, you have to at the end you have to remove the 6.
Yes,
But
sir.
in this Kruskal algorithm, if you go strategically, means greedily, that you have shorted, you choose one, then you choose two, then you choose three, three is not there, then you choose four, then you choose five, five is not there, then you choose six. It is greedy, means you are looking for the present condition, and you are ending up with the successful minimum spanning tree because it automatically uh, because you choose the light edge of the crossing cut of. So you actually in these algorithm with these Kruskal and pimps, you end up with the successful minimum spanning tree. So I hope that you understood, even if you had took 6, but you at the end you have to remove because 6 can't
Yes,
be
sir.
the. Okay, so in the Prim's algorithm, there's single tree that we have to choose as for A, and this single tree was being chosen for this A, and thereafter we have to choose lightweight edges. Thereafter we'll choose lightweight edges. That actually lightweight edges, if we combine these lightweight edges, then we will end up with a minimum spanning tree. So if we have chosen this greedy algorithm with tree and the argumentation was being done and the minimum amount of possible weight was being chosen every time, so we will actually end up with the minimum spanning tree because of the concept of light weight edge that we have seen, minimum weighted edge. Because we are always working with cut set, means for Kruskal also we worked with the cut set, for Prims also we are working with the cut set. So cut set, and then in addition to that we are also working with the minimum of that cut set, means minimum edge of that cut set. So the Prim's algorithm also works similar to the Discasta's algorithm, which was used for the finding shortest path. So we'll see Discasta's algorithm later. Then the edge in the set A is always single tree. So A, the set A will always be a single tree in this case. In the previous Kruskal's, it's forest, means multiple trees are there, but here it will be single tree. We'll see how. And the tree starts with from an arbitrary vertex, means any vertex that you want to choose, you start with any vertex because you have to choose and make all the vertex addition of that minimum spanning tree. Any word you end up with the all the vertex in the minimum spanning tree, and at each step you again follow the same rule of light edge. what is light edge? Minimum weighted crossing edge of a cut. Then this is the example. We start with the example so that you'll have better understanding. So, like the edge A was been initially been chosen. The 4 was the, so you choose A, vertex A. Vertex A is being chosen in the starting. Then you have to choose what are the edges being connected to A that actually making the cut of A. So the cut of A is like this, and these are the different things. So you can either choose 4 or 8, which is lesser. You can easily say 4 is the lesser. So you add 4 to the 4 to the A, and it will reach us to the B. Now you have this cut, you have this cut, and this is the, so 8, 11, and 8. Which one you want to choose? Any 8 you choose. This 8 you have chosen, suppose you discarded this at 8, and now there is again a different cut will be formed. This will be the cut. Now you end up with choosing which edge. You have to choose 8, 11, 2, and 7. So you choose 2 because 2 is the minimum. So you have chosen 2. Thereafter you have these much vertices and this much vertices, and now what you do, you again form a cut, means separating the, so you form a cut like this. So you're forming cut like this, means you want to separate the part of tree which has been connected and remaining other parts. Now what is the minimum? 8, 7, 11, 1, 2, 6, 10, 14, 7. It's obviously 1 is not the part here over here. It's not the part. So you have to ignore this because H and G, none of them are being connected. Now you out of this 8, 11, 7, 6, 2, 10, 14, 7. These are the crossing edges of this cut. So you choose 2 as the part of the your tree. Now again you form the same concept. You make the cut like this. So out of this cut, what you will choose? Now again there are more. So you draw like this, which is minimum 7, 14, 10, 1, 7, 11, 8. Obviously 1. 1 is the minimum. Now there is another. So this is the cut possible. Oops, it's not possible. Why? Why it's not possible? Because you combine any of the edges, it will make cycle. Any of the edges. You choose any of the edges out of this one edge you choose, it will make cycle. So there is no cut possible in this. Means 8, 11, 7, 6 are not being cut. What is the cut available with you right now? So the cut available over here. What is the cut possible? This simple one. 7, 14, 10. So you choose 7 because 7 is the least. Now there's only one element which was left alone, and it could be like this. So you actually remove. So you are left with 9 and 10. So you just simply choose 9 and you end up with this graph. So this is the simple. You actually keep on choosing and adding the edges, and you keep on removing the edges, which you keep on discarding those edges which are not minimum, and keep on making the cut. So we come to the algorithm, Prim's algorithm. So in this Prim's algorithm, from 1 to 5, you actually have the initialization step where you set infinity for u and vertex. Parent of that vertex is null. So you had chosen and started with root node, and root node is being said as you have a zero distance from the root node. But you said that there is infinite distance from all the to the all the vertex. Means you can't reach all the vertex from your root. What you know, you even you, these other vertex don't have their parents as well. This is your initialization step, and you in the queue, that is queue data structure, that you know, queue data structure, minimum priority queue data structure was there. In this you keep all the remaining vertices except root node, and you set their parent as nil, means they are a parent of themselves. And what is v dot key? V dot key is the minimum weight of any edge that is connecting to v. And what is v pi? V pi is the name of the parent of that vertex in the tree. Then next step is like the loop, the 6 to 11. What it does finding out that q means in the q means the cut set, that cut set, what is the u value of u which is minimum from where, from your vertex v, from your vertex v, means initially which is r. So it finds out the minimum distance from that cut set. So you actually made the spanning tree with v minus q. So what is v minus q, you can say? So if you say that mm, this as v and this as v minus q, so this is actually v minus q, you can say. This is v minus q, you can say this part v minus q. Mm, no, no, this. So you have this as q, this part, and this part as v minus q. So q and v minus q. So you keep this part in the q and remaining part as v minus q. So you keep on finding that what is the light edge in the that loop from the parent, and then you actually add it to the minimum spanning tree. If you find that minimum edge, then you add it to the minimum spanning tree. Then from the loop 8 to this one, in this you actually, in the detailed one, this is more detailed, you actually compare vertex v, that is with all the adjacent vertices u, and but not in the tree, which are actually the least one. So you keep on comparing them, and if you find that which is the least one, you actually add that u and v to the tree. Then we'll see the complexity, that what is the complexity. So in this 1 to 5, you have order V. The complexity of prims basically depends on how you make the minimum priority queue. If you implement it with the help of binary min heap, then this will be the case. V would be the time complexity for this part. Then V would be the time complexity for this whole part, and extract would actually take log V, and this will actually become V log V V multiplied by log V, and then the 8 to this 11. Basically, because of this if condition, you only execute this part with only E times, because if condition would not let these things execute many times. So only because of this you have E times execution for this. So E times execution, and you have this as log B. So log B would be the, for this last step, 11th step, line line 11 would take log V times, and you, if you multiply with E, then you end up with E log V. So the algorithm basically depends on these two steps, 7 and 11. So you add up 7 and 11, you will have order of V log V plus E log V. But you know that E log V is larger as compared to V log V. So you just rely upon E log V, means the time would be taken only for the E log V. So in the worst case, E log V would be the complexity, which is asymptotically equal to the Kruskal's algorithm as well. Then next, if you change it to the Fibonacci heap, means you have implemented the minimum priority queue with the Fibonacci heap. So it depends on, again, this is simply V, nothing to do. This again having the same V, but over here it's again log V, and this will again become V log V, this statement. Here again it's only E times execution because of if condition. So, and this time you have order of 1. So it will be only E dot multiplied by E. So you end up with E plus log V plus E plus V dot log V. So this would be the end condition of this Fibonacci heap. Then in the next class, we'll discuss this Prim's algorithm and the Kruskal algorithm further in detail. Something more example we'll see. Okay, so we are completing with the class.
So,
Yes, yes.
sir, in step 7, sir, we are extracting the minimum queue. Sir, after that, what we are doing, can you repeat that part?
In the step 7. So it
After
depends.
7 step.
Yes, yes. So it depends on the queue. So queue has the operations like it can do extraction, finding out what are the minimum element in that, finding out what are the minimum element in that, then decreasing the priority. So there is priority as well, means labels are set, means what the label will do, the label will do that the least that least priority means the most priority will be given to the which has the least weight. So you set the priority as 1 for the most priority for the minimum weighted edge. So you in advance you set and create the graph accordingly. And In this step, you are actually doing this setting of the priority, and it depends on the queue data structure. If you know the queue data structure, then you could able to understand this part. So it depends on how you operate with queue, minimum priority queue. So in this step, it actually finding out the element that you want to find. So this is what actually it's data structure part.
Sir, at step 7, we are getting the least weight is. So, sir, after getting that least weight is, what we are doing with that adjacent of that vertex? Like, sir, we are making the loop from for each v belongs to graph dot adjacent of u. So, sir, what we are doing with that adjacent of u?
So we are with, if we got the minimum value of that, minimum value of that minimum weight or adjacent edge. So we actually adding that edge with the with the with the whole tree, means there's a single tree. So we actually add that edge to the tree, and we actually making that part v updated, v with the parent that is actually different, and v with that v dot q key would be like e dot v, which was decrease operation in the, means the priority would be dependent on the, in this case the priority would be set that which uh, the priority will be replaced and resetted, that which algorithm. So in this example, if we go like here, if we check that, so in this example, if we have a tree, like if we see the e part, we have a queue with uh, these elements h, g, e, and d. So actually q contains the all the cut set edges. This edge it contains, why it contains this edge, because c is already been find out. It contains edge of f, means edge 14, edge 10, it contains edge 2, it contains edge of 6, it contains edge of 7, it contains edge of 11, it contains edge of 8, but it will not contains the edge of 1, h and g, because h and g both are not discovered yet, and h and g is infinite distance from the root node. What you are saying that you just have in your cut set, you just have this much information, like you have only information about uh,
So, like, sir, if we are taking that AH is, then we have to update the parent of G that it is now found.
yes, so the parent of a is updated, uh, that uh, that the now this uh, means minimum was being find out from this queue. So what would be the minimum? So it will be 2. So the 2 will be find out and g will be added. This would be the new addition node to this, and the queue would be changed. So queue would be changed, and the queue would have again only left with g, and this time this queue actually also have this 1 as the part, 6 as the part, 7 as the part, 11 as the part, 7 as the part, 14 as the part, and 10 as the part. So in this, all the red marks like 8, 11, 7, 1, 10, 14, and 7, you just choose 1. Why you choose? And you update the parent again of that h. You actually change that parent of h. You make the parent of h as what? G. You are making parent of h as g. So this is what you are doing in the queue. because H was not known to you till now. Now you know that there is an H was also there, and which has a distance of 1. This H was being discovered now and added to the tree. And tree is a different data structure from the queue that we are talking about. And this again, the queue contains what? D and E, and it doesn't contain D and E. D and E is infinite distance from it. It just know that there is a 7, there is a 14, there is 10. So out of 7, 14, 10, it chooses 7. So again, the parent of D was being changed to C. So this is what this algorithm is doing. Now
Yes,
D,
sir. And sir,
so
I have also a question, sir. Are we not checking the cycle in this algorithm?
no, cycle was automatically removed because we are working with cuts. You remember that we are choosing the minimum every time. We are working with the minimum, like from the starting A. Even the A1 was being, what it has done, it has done the simple thing, like it has done cut for the A. What is the cut? What is physical meaning of the cut? So this is actually Q. I already told this in this part. I said that this is Q and this is V minus Q. So V minus Q is there and you have a Q. So, and basically our algorithm thinks that all the vertices are infinite distance from root A, but it knows that there is an edge which is of size 4 and there is an edge which is of size 8 because it is in the queue. So in the queue, that 4 and 8 was being compared and 4 will be selected out. And again, when you form uh, a different queue, that queue was being changed, and this will be the queue. This will be the queue. And what would be the V minus Q? This will be the V minus Q. And this Q, you have again how many edges? 1, 2, and 3. So out of these 3 edges, which would be the minimum? Either this 8 or this 8. Randomly, anyone would be selected. So you end up with this. This will be Q and V minus Q. Again, you have, you know about only about this edge 8, 11, 2, 7 in the priority queue.
So like in the E question, E part, sir, here 6 will also become in the Q part. So, sir, we are ignoring this 6,
Yes.
or we are
No, in this example, actually, you are ignoring 6 because you
okay. So
have
here it was 2, so we are
two.
ignoring 6. Like
Yes.
in next F, we have taken 2, but we have option for 6. Like
No,
we
no,
are having.
there is no option for 6 in this. You are saying, means you are interpreting wrong. There is no option for 6. The queue don't have this 6. You think what should be the cut set for this graph?
So, but according to the algorithm, it will take 6.
No, what is definition of cut? 6 can't be cut. If 6 can't be a cut because it is,
So because it is joining the same tree.
yes, because it is joining the same tree, it can't be a cut. What would be the cut? Cut would be the different tree and should have to be in the different tree, means it 6 do not belongs to the same tree, and 6 actually belongs to the same tree because both I and G is reachable. So you are not doing that, but you are actually checking which are the cut, means like there is, in the queue there is 8, in the queue there is 11, in the queue there is 7, in the queue there is 1, but in the queue 6 was not there because you had deleted that 6. So
Yes, sir, I got it.
there is this is the delete operation, that you have actually updated and deleted it. So in the delete operation, you are actually removing that, and
Okay,
this
sir, I got it.
and this was there, and this, out of these things you don't have six in them in
Yes,
the
sir.
queue. Okay, so okay, any other question, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, see you, bye, then meet in next class.